What's up, everybody? This is the Act Man here, and today we're going through 343 Guilty Spark on Legendary without dying once. I love this beginning cutscene. It's so foreboding, the mysterious jungle. The air is thick with mystery. You see a downed pelican on the right. Now, one of the best parts of this level is just how, open it is right from the get-go. You can just run around and explore the pelican or the jungle. You know, there's a mysterious message, that explosion that just fucking happened. I thought for the longest time that was some kind of glitch, but it's, part of the atmosphere. You're just kind of like, what the fuck? Is a dead body up there? What happened? But quite honestly, this mission is probably the second easiest behind Pillar of Autumn. There's also a glitch you can do, you probably know, where if you throw a grenade as you're getting dropped off in the pelican, you'll stay in the pelican and you'll be driven off to, or you'll be flown outside of the map, the level, and you'll see a lone marine out there. It's pretty funny. But yeah, more than anything, this level is more cinematic and storytelling than it is, a real difficult challenge for this legendary no deaths run. But I felt like it's interesting to go through and at the very least give you my thoughts on the mission and all that as we're going through. It's pretty creepy, and you see yellow dots on the radar, and I'm just like, what is that? And you can see off in the distance flood. It's great foreshadowing. There's also a camo on the right if you really care to explore. But yeah, you could just get lost in the jungle over there right off the bat. There's a lot of cool Easter eggs and a lot of, really cool things to see. A lot of great scenery. This part right here, you can actually, if you get out of the map and you drop down, you'll see a bunch of floating assault rifles there. And I usually try to run past these guys when they're scared, but I didn't quite get it that time. And then the elevator mysteriously comes up, as if it was just in use, whether it was by Covenant forces or whoever. Maybe there was some secret passage that they took. But if you think about it, if something came down the lift, it would have had to go through those doors, that we're about to go through. And there's Covenant through that, so it makes you think. But, you got all these Covenant, in these tight corridors. They got barricades and stuff set up. And, it makes you think, well, why are they so close to the doors? Why are they all grouped and bunched up? And we'll see this in the future of the level. But yeah, reasons why this level isn't as hard as some of the others is because this is the only level, along with the library, when there's no elites. And as you know from the previous videos, man, those guys are hard on Legendary. So even though there's no elites, you still gotta worry about the jackals, and the flood are no pushover either, unless you're an expert like me and you know how to play the game. But yeah, going through here, pretty simple stuff, self-explanatory, using nades wisely. It's what Peppy said, use bombs wisely. But yeah, like I said before, you see all these guys kind of bunched up around the doors, and it makes you think. Alright, taking them out from a distance, staying safe. This guy, oh, see, recklessness. If you're out for too long, they'll get you. Your radar is your best friend in levels with the flood. Generally, all the time, actually, your radar is really helpful. There's always an absurd amount of blood when you get shot with a charged plasma pistol. Yeah, took out that pesky jackal. So much blood. Just all over the place. And, interesting enough, there's a dead marine over here with a health pack. It's probably more for utility, for the player to have a health pack at that point, but, again, it's interesting. You don't see any human bodies until that one. Once again, they're all grouped up around the doors, Which makes it perfect to throw nades, quite honestly, and get blood all over the walls. It's a fuck ton of jackals here. There's also that green goop on the sides. I don't think I go check. Oh yes, I do check it out. But yeah, you know, the foreshadowing in this level is it's just phenomenal. Not quite as good in the anniversary graphics, but hey. I may check out the anniversary graphics here, but just look at that. You know, it loses so much in the anniversary graphics. It's definitely not as creepy. You got it. Look what happened to all the blood? Yeah, keep the damn blood there and the green goop, you know? That's a great scene right there. Then you got this place that you haven't been in and you see fucking needler ammo. Like, when the fuck do you ever see that? Alright, so you know something's wrong. You got this crazy guy here. He's got great dialogue too. And then this room where just a freaking battle happens, you know? It's so interesting to look at these little side stories, you know. The music is creepy, explosions, fire, everything. It's so well done. And then blood you've never seen before, but of course it's not there in the anniversary graphics. And that's probably my biggest complaint about the remaster, is so much of the tone and feeling was lost. Even when you're out in the jungle, it's so bright and vibrant, it hardly feels foreboding at all, you know? It's not as foggy, you can see just fine. Alright, now we're getting to the real shit here. Broken down door with an assault rifle. Music kicks in just like that. Whew. It really is quite a scene, you know? Again, in the anniversary graphics, like, what is that? Is that supposed to be blood, or is that, like, freaking oil? Alright. Got one of the best cutscenes in video game history ever. But we're not gonna watch it, because we're more about the level here, as much as I want to watch it. So at that point, you as Master Chief, you're just like, oh, fuck. Something's not right. Get your gat ready. So you got your gat, and you're ready to go. Again, the blood, the weapons, the lack of bodies, the burst down door, the health pack, more blood, green flood blood. They fucking nailed it here so well. But now in MCC, there's this weird bug where when you shoot in this specific part of the level, like, there's no sound effects for the gun. MCC is weird, man. Like, you're seeing that. There's no sound effects for the gun. I don't know how this game had so many glitches, but, you know, that really bugs me. There's sounds for everything else except the gun. But yeah, you know, your first encounter with these guys, again, I think I talked about it in my CE review. They give things out in increments, so they start off with the infection form, so you kind of get a feel for this new enemy, you know, before the real shit comes in. And these guys aren't too bad, but they're very pesky, especially in the library, where they just keep assaulting you. Alright, yeah, not too hard. Mopping them up with the AR, it's the best way to do it. Then the music kicks in. Man, your first time going through this, whew, just that door bursts down and all that shit is coming towards you. Oh, now the sound effects are back. They're quiet though. I'm not sure why. It's bizarre. Maybe they wanted the music louder, but I don't remember that being the case. So you can just kite these guys around, you know. You don't have a shotgun at this point, but, you know, it's still very easy, you know. Of course, once you know the game so well. I also love the mechanic, you know, where they get up. You know, the Flood are all about, like, fear and mystery and psychological warfare, you know. They want you to think they're dead, but they're really not, you know. They didn't really have that in the newer games, if I remember. Like, you'd kill them and then they'd die, but then they could be revived by an infection form, and that was a cool mechanic. But I miss when they were, you know, like, super tough, relatively speaking. Like, they were not bullet sponges, but they'd take a lot of damage, you know, and sometimes they'd go down and then get back up. But in Halo 2, like, if you shoot off their arms, they just, like, blow up. It's weird. I feel like they really nailed the Flood in Combat Evolved the best. They're still fun to fight in 2 and 3, but... And then you get a sense of, you know, okay, this is a fight between, you know, the Covenant and the Flood. You don't really know what the Flood are yet. I don't think you even know what they're called until the end of the level, but boom, that was a great nade. But you're back in this room with the needler ammo, if you noticed. And I think that door that leads to the Crazy Marine is closed or locked. As I'm thinking, there's honestly only one part of this level that's pretty difficult, and that's actually at the very end. I think there's also a glitch you can do where you can get back into that room by like putting a shade turret up there. It's kind of tricky, but yeah, there's a lot of Easter eggs, glitches, and exploits in this that are just really fun to do. All right, another room. This level can be pretty confusing to navigate for the first few times that you go through, but I've played it quite enough that I know pretty much the route. Even then, sometimes I still get a little lost and kind of forget where I'm supposed to go, but again, that's all part of the level. You know, it's somewhat of a labyrinth. Yeah, you want to take these guys out, you know, because you got the high ground, Anakin, so it's over. Also, I'd like to just point out how cool of a mechanic it is to be able to shoot off the weapons of your enemy. Like, that's so fucking cool. Does any other game have that? Maybe Dead Space. But maybe Dead Space thought of this and was like, hey, that's pretty cool. What if what if that mechanic used to shoot at specific parts of an enemy was the core of the gameplay? And, you know, maybe that's how Dead Space came to be a game in a franchise. But I always thought that was really cool. Now, see, I don't know where I'm going. Okay, yeah, I'm going back here. I think I remember, like, if you came back to that room after you encountered the flood for the first time, like, the bodies would all be gone. I feel like maybe that was a glitch, maybe that was a loading zone, but that happened to me a few times, and I always thought it was, like, really creative storytelling. Again, it's cool. On those side doors, you got flood that are still in there. There's so many little things that this level just does so well. And I fucking love it. This part, you know, the Covenant, or the Grunts and the Jackals, you know, fight the Flood. And you can kind of just let them duke it out. But yeah, as you notice, the only Covenant enemies are Grunts and Jackals. You know, no elites or hunters, so it's relatively easy. And being that, you know, you got a pistol for the Flood. The Flood aren't too difficult either, but fuck, they can hit you through those walls. So I'm like, alright. We'll get my shields back up. Yeah, so it's kind of a little hazard there on the sides of those rooms. Also, you'll notice that it's all elite Flood at this point. Like, we haven't run into any human Flood yet. So again, you know, in increments. I think they reveal the human Flood when you go down an elevator, and then you find that they have weapons, and they're using the weapons. So, you know, that gradual reveal of sandbox elements in the level. Oh, that Grunt's getting fucked. Did you see him jump down? Oh, God. Oh, poor guy. He jumped or fell down as he was being infected by the forms. Oh, man. Ah, this game's great. This level is great. Probably one of the best levels in any FPS game ever. Maybe not from a gameplay perspective, but from storytelling and environmental storytelling, it's top tier, dude. There's nothing quite like this level in any other game. That human body's still there. Oh, there's another one on the left. Maybe that's just part of the scenery or something. But yeah, I think if you go across behind where I'm looking at right now, on the other side, that's where the second elevator is. I think maybe it's the elevator you came in on, but you can activate it and it'll just fall down, you know? It's a broken elevator all on fire and it'll fall down. Again, great freaking storytelling. Alright. Encountering more of the Flood. These buggers. We'll draw them out. It's usually a good tactic when fighting the Flood to... Oh man, that guy faked death twice. What a champ. But yeah, it's a good tactic to, you know, have them come around the corners, because then you can funnel them in that way, rather than engage them in the open. Ah, see, he got up too. You can always tell, if you played this game enough, you can tell when the Flood are dead and when they're not. You can just feel You can feel it, you know? And over here, again, more just like battles and scarring of the environment. You know, we go down an elevator shaft and we see it's pretty clean, you know? There's no damage, no nothing, but at this point, you know, you got the bodies piled up, the blood and the shit all over. And then this part. This is one of the greatest parts in the Halo games, period. And they ruined it in Anniversary, but man, all that blood. Yeah, and then they reveal that they have weapons. Dude, it's so fucking perfect, dude. And then you got human flood, so again, that reveal of enemies. The music, I love it. You know, and I've always wished that they would bring back this flood theme. They haven't done anything like that in any of the games after CE, and it was one of the most chilling bits of music I've ever heard in a video game. One of the most iconic, you know? And yet it's never returned, but so many other songs have. Making sure he's dead. Always make sure they're dead. You see that barricade on the right, again, you know, everything's kind of around the doors. Then you got these Marines that, if I remember correctly, have, like, the smallest pool of health possible. Oh, man. Oh, I'm getting attacked here. I think I played on easy one time, or a couple times, to see if I could save those Marines, and it's really hard. Even on easy, it's hard to save those guys. They just die so quickly to the flood. But your good old pistol will take them out. Take that. Yeah, so I'm just taking out as many as I can before I get the invis, and then I think I'm gonna try and go through so I don't have to deal with as many. But damn, there's a lot of guys. Yeah, so if you're really good, you could have an overshield and invis at this point. If you were to come through here, clear these guys, get the 2 power-ups, and then move forward, you'd be pretty set for the rest of the level. Oh yeah, that energy shield kind of gets in the way, or that energy bridge. Running a bit low on ammo, but it looks like we're all good. Alright, now I'm going to get this bad boy. Drop down. Nice, a shotgun. Just going to quickly search for weapons, ammo, grenades. Might as well shoot that guy. Yeah, that bastard. Yeah, and your dead Marines, what can you do? Frag grenade. Alright, now I'm spending too much time looking around for stuff, but, you know, as I said, in these legendary run-throughs, it's always nice to be well-stocked. The doors are bursted open, you know, lights flashing. Got these guys on the sides. Now these doors are burst open. So the Flood are actually breaking out of their containment. Although it makes you wonder, how did the elites get in those containment places? Maybe they just kind of... I don't know. Leaves it up to your imagination. But the camo didn't last as long as I would have hoped. I probably could have just run through this whole area. Alright, we'll get these infection forms out of here so it's just a little bit easier. There we go. We're looking good. Slow and steady wins the race. You got Flood up there. You can draw them out. Yeah, unlike the other levels, this one really isn't too long, but you can get easily lost in it. So that's kind of... I've heard people get lost in this level quite often, and I was right there with you the first few times I played through it. Even now, sometimes I'd get lost through it. But, you know, if I had to pick favorite missions, you know, this is definitely one of them. It'd probably be this one. Well, 2 Betrayals is my favorite, but this one, 2 Betrayals, and the Maw. Those 3 are my favorites. Right, checking all the doors. What am I looking for exactly? I don't know. Now we're going through. Alright, then I think, yeah, this is the other side of that same room. Got more grenades and ammo. 46 rounds for the shotgun. God damn, that's a lot. See that floating assault rifle there? Pretty funny. Oh, hello, Mr. Flood. Mr. Flood. Yeah, we'll see in the next level, but those infection forms are kind of your worst enemy in the library. I know it might be hard to believe, but it's just because they keep attacking you. They don't go away. They keep harassing you and keeping your shields down. You know, just one of them will stop your shield from regenerating if you're super low and you need it to. You know, so it's a really unique type of enemy to fight. The reveal was great in this level, and you know, despite what anyone else might say, I think the Flood are some of the funnest enemies to fight in any FPS game. You know, because they're not as stupid as your normal zombies, right? Zombies can't jump 50 feet in the air like that. Zombies don't often use guns, you know. Zombies just kind of run mindlessly at you, and the Flood kind of do that, but they also play dead, you know. They got different tactics. They got those explosion forms or carrier forms. They got the infection forms. They use weapons. They're just a great enemy to fight, in my opinion. Especially when you got other enemies fighting them. Like, the best parts of Halo is when you're going through and there's a fight between two other AI enemies, or even Marines. That's when I think Halo is at its best, when it has those big, large-scale battles between two or three factions. And I don't remember if there's ever a battle between all four at the same time, like between you, Sentinels, Covenant, and the Flood. I don't think there's ever a moment where all the factions are in a single spot fighting. It's always three. It's always two or three. Now, I think I got lost here. Like, I think this is just a dead end filled with enemies that you don't have to go to. Yeah, you whack your dead body. If I'm not mistaken. Yep, it is a dead end. So I'm like, yeah, so I even got lost in this level, in this run. It's funny. Now I'm like, alright, where do I go? Did I go through here? Yes, I did. La da da. Aha, it must be that door over there. I thought I heard some Flood. Aha! I knew it. Alright, we're back on track. This is the right way. More of these bursted down doors. More Flood. They're just a really cool looking enemy too, you know, so fleshy, and whenever you shoot them, you got parts flying all over the place. It's like all those little things. I really hope you guys appreciate these things, because, you know, when I play through these games, I never really thought about it, but it was always kind of in my mind, you know, when I played through these games for the first time and over the years. But as I'm looking back at this gameplay, you know, I really think the Flood and Combat Evolved are just a great enemy, well designed in almost every single way. Though that doesn't mean the library is a really good level. It's kind of a love-hate level because, you know... Oh, here we go. Dramatic music. But yeah, I'll talk more about the library when we get to that mission, and ask me if I'm looking forward to it. Kind of. Run low on pistol ammo, so... But I got my shotgun, it's all good. Oh yeah, and then the Flood come through the center, and you can kind of... You can hang back, but sometimes I'll just go straight up to the door and, you know, bait them all out, which I think is what I'm doing here. Gonna go get... there we go, more pistol ammo. Oh, but that music didn't last too long. I know there's more guys in here. They got this place crowded up. But we're getting to the end of the level, the final section, and that's the hard part. That's the part where, you know, you could really die and, you know, have to restart the level. But, you know, the whole point of this playthrough is just to show how well this game is designed, just to talk about what I love, show you how I play it, and kind of prove that the game is so good that you can go through on Legendary without dying once. And, you know, I think I'll try to do that for Halo 2 after I do this, but we'll see. And then you got Marines with shotguns, all these guys helping you out, and you're like, fuck yeah. We gotta get out of here. I love it. They're all using plasma rifles and shotguns and all sorts of different weapons. The music picks up that great fucking theme. I think it's Rock Anthem for Saving the World. Yeah, this part's great. And then the jungle, man, the jungle, this wide open area. So you got the somewhat claustrophobic inside areas, and then you got this wide open jungle. And you'll notice if you kind of just stay around, the flood jump down from the sides just like this guy, and they kind of just keep coming. So, you know, it gives you a sense of, oh shit, where are they coming from now? Oh shit, they're coming from over there. Oh man, they're behind me now. You see that? You see the radar? Like, that's great. Great level design, you know? Now this is the part, your Marines are probably all gonna die right here. It's really difficult to save any of them because they just melt to infection forms. And you can't hope to shoot all the infection forms, because if you try, you know, you'll be shooting your allies, you know? So they'll get them either way. You got shotgun, flood, you know? Or maybe my ally shot me, but I think, yeah, they went ahead and they all freaking died. Except this one guy. But he threw a nade and fucked me over. And oh boy, you fucking Marine. Also, I've noticed the human flood have an invincibility frame. Now see, I almost got completely fucked here because of that freaking Marine. I try to save your ass, man. Cut me some slack. I didn't know if this guy had a shotgun or not. But yeah, this part's still difficult because, you know, you gotta fight the flood at the final open section here. And, you know, with 1 bar of health, that might be pretty difficult. Couple more flood. I don't think any of the flood are using shotguns at this point. I don't think so. But I didn't realize it before, but the way to progress through the final area here is once all the sentinels die that come to help you out. So it's not about just like waiting. I mean, it kind of is, but you have to wait till all the sentinels die, and you kind of just fight alongside that. But when I first played through this, you know, with the footage you're seeing, I didn't know that. So there's no health pack, and I'm just kind of like dreading going into this open area because I feel like I'm gonna die with 1 bar of health. But I gotta trigger the sentinels. Come on, Actman. Come on. Don't be a pussy. Come on. See those sentinels. It's just a great final level and set piece in the middle there. And you know, some people really don't like this level, and I'm talking about the Halo 2 map, but Backwash. I think Backwash is such a great fucking level. It's this final area remade in Halo 2, and it's awesome. I love that level. It's creepy, you know? But yeah, so, you know, after you hold your position long enough, after you hold off the flood and they kill the sentinels, you run around, you know, holding out. You see that monitor thing and you're like, what the fuck? You see those flying robots helping you out, you're like, what the fuck? And there we go. It's about to be explained.
Greetings. I am the monitor of Installation 04. I am 343
You can still hear them firing in the background.
Someone has released the flood.
Alright everyone, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did. The next mission is going to be the library. Legendary, no deaths. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. That's all I got for today. This is the Act Man signing out. Peace!